Travis Scott's Astroworld is by far one of the most anticipated albums of 2023, not just for hip hop, not just for rap, but for all of music. Travis Scott hasn't released an album in almost 5 years, that being the 2018 album Astroworld. Now, because of this, there's a lot of hype for his new album Utopia, which he announced years ago. And a lot of people are wondering when is he actually going to release it because he's been doing a lot of teasing recently. This has been compiled with the head of his distribution, the CEO of Epic Records, saying that the album is going to come out sometime in June. But we're almost at the end of June, and it doesn't seem like we're going to get an album anytime soon. So, when is Travis Scott's Utopia actually going to drop? Very important date when it comes to Utopia dropping that not a lot of people are talking about, and that being Friday, June 30th. Now, why is this important? This is important because it's the first day that bundles will be counted again towards album sales. Now, what is the bundle rule? It's basically how you could bundle the album with some type of physical item like a shirt or a vinyl, and that would count towards the total album sales for the Billboard Hot 100 charts. There's a lot of big reasons why this was taken away, but it was mainly because when Drake dropped Dark Lane demo tapes, he lost his first number one in about 10 albums to Kenny Chesney, because what Kenny Chesney was doing was he was bundling ticket sales with digital versions of his albums, which really upped his album sales, and he ended up edging out Drake, which really just it wasn't a good thing. Also, you had people like 6ix9ine inflating their album and their streaming numbers, and it really just messed everything up. So let's go through all the possible dates of when Travis Scott could drop Utopia. In June, we have June 23rd and June 30th. For June 23rd, I don't think it's coming out. Travis Scott has been pretty much radio silent besides carrying around the Utopia briefcase, having Mike Dean carry around the Utopia briefcase and his security guards. And we're about 4 days from that with no type of single, no type of album announcement. I don't think Travis Scott is really that bold to surprise drop like that. Also, he really wants to get as many views on his album as possible and as many album sales. So I don't think we're getting the album before the new Billboard rule comes into effect. Okay, next we have June 30th. I see another big issue with this. Lil Uzi Vert is going to release their Pink Tape album, their highly anticipated album as well, and I don't think Travis Scott would try to go head to head with them, mainly because Travis Scott wants to be the main event. He wants to be the main focus. This is one of the biggest albums this decade by far. He doesn't want anybody else in their way. Do I think Travis Scott will lose to Lil Uzi Vert in a head-to-head sales battle? No, but it may take away from the overall streams and overall sales that he could have gotten if he was the only album releasing that week. So if he's not dropping in June, he's got to be dropping in July, right? For release dates in July, and I honestly think it's going to happen in July. We have July 7th, July 14th, July 21st, and July 28th. First off, July 7th is just out of the picture because Taylor Swift is releasing a new album, and Travis Scott is not going to want to go head to head with Taylor Swift. I don't care who you are, how big you are not losing to arguably the biggest artist in the United States. Especially with that new bundle rule, Taylor Swift might sell 1 million copies first week with her Speak Now, because she's going to have 1 million different ways to buy it, and her fans are just going to buy it all. So that 7th of July date is definitely out of the picture for Travis Scott. Also, the 14th, she's definitely going to release some music videos, so I think you're still going to be in the way of Taylor Swift, so I don't think July 14th, the next Friday, is going to be a possibility as well. That brings us to the actual date where I think Astroworld is actually going to be dropped. That brings us to July 21st. Now, why is this an important date? Travis Scott is set to headline Rolling Loud Miami the 22nd of July, so wouldn't it be cool if Travis Scott dropped his new album the 21st and then performed it for the first time in front of arguably his biggest fans at the biggest hip hop music festival in the world? I think that would be the best case scenario, to be honest, but I could also see him releasing a single on the 21st and then releasing the album on the 28th. But overall, I think we are going to get the album in July. I think that's the best time for Travis Scott to drop the album. But let me know your theories. Are you a June believer in the album? Are you a July believer in the album? Let me know in the comments below. And hopefully we get Utopia soon, because I'm really looking forward to Travis Scott's new album.